Guide you through the process of modeling, right? Not the modeling you're thinking. It's the other, it's this, right? Sinusoidal. Uh, you always need to ask yourself, is there a way to somehow get an X scale out of this situation? You also want a Y scale, right? Um, and sometimes you will be given everything, it's nice and easy, you just go with it, but not always. And you also want a starting point. Does the question kind of give you a starting point, which will be max, mid, or min? 99% of the time, you'll start either high or low. Okay. And so for X scale, it doesn't tell me. It says that you're pulling this weight down and it just bounces up and down like this. It says that when you stop the watch, it reads 0.3 seconds. And you're at a high point of 60 centimeters above the floor. That is my starting point right here. I would put that under the starting point, which is a max, right? And then the next is a low point of 40 centimeters above the floor at 1.8 seconds. What's going on there? There is no period given, but what you should understand, I'm going to start it here at the Y scale. We are told that we are somewhere up here at 0.3, right? At a height of 60. The low point is 40, correct? So we're getting the high and the low. How would I find my mid? You just take the average, right? 60 plus 40 divided by 2, right? So that's 100 divided by 2, that's 50. Check, your Y scale is done, right? They gave you these, you just have to figure out the mid. Y scale is done. X scale is still a problem. We're told that we're at 0.3 seconds, we're at the top, and then next we are down here, right? This is 1.8. So you're technically given half of a period, guys. You have this up to there, and that's it. But you can obviously imagine that we're going to go back up here. If we had this point, we could get our cycle directly. In this case, we don't have the cycle, right? And so in this scenario, you have half cycle provided, right? Half a cycle is provided there. So to get the period, all I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract these two, right? Normally we would subtract this and get our cycle. We don't have that. I'll subtract this and then just multiply that by 2. So I think at one point I gave you this formula, right? 2 times x max minus x min. So it'd be 2 x max is 0.3, x min is 1.8. Yes, you're going to get a negative, but it's not a big deal. That's a negative 3. The period is 3 seconds. Right? And you can kind of guess, right? From 0.3 to 1.8, that's 1.5 seconds to get halfway through the cycle. Another 1.5 seconds to get to the top of the cycle. I can now get my x scale. I'm just going to go x scale is 3 seconds divided by 4. That's 0.75 seconds. Okay. So I kind of had to skip the x scale. I went to my y scale here because when I have these 3 lines, I can kind of start plotting the information that I'm given and you get the rest. So then it's 0.3 plus 0.75, that's 1.05. Another 0.75 gets you to 1.8, that is confirmed. Another 0.75 gets you to 2.55. And another 0.75 gets you to 3.3 seconds. So you've got the 5 points on that y scale, right, figured out. Then you just figure out your equation, stat, calc, sin reg, and that I will leave that up to you. The key is stated, but here you have your 5 points, right? And tomorrow, I'm gonna run out of time, but tomorrow I'll use page 48 to give you tips, like one last time. These are the tips you need to be successful every single time. Okay. Um, before you pack, okay, pages 50 all the way to 55 basically deal with type B, right? Um, page 50 all the way to 55 is type B scenario, right? And I already posted the key on Friday, okay? I have a sense that not all of you practiced it, right? You need to practice, and if you practice and you're stuck, and you come to me and say, you know what, I need help with this question, by all means, right? But you need to first try it to see what you're struggling with, right? So tomorrow I'm gonna see you again on a type like this. We will go over the quiz. I'll give you some last minute tips to be successful at these ones. But to be honest, the test is going to be everything we've done so far, some of the other functions as well. So you got to remember your exponentials, your logarithmic, your polynomials, and that's all. There's not going to be anything else. No probability, nothing like that on the test, right? So it's all functions, and that's that.